So as you can tell, I'm British. You might be wondering, why are you talking about Thanksgiving? Honestly, it's because I watch way too much American media. And I got kind of curious as to what the history is. And the more I looked into it, I realized the usual story we hear about Thanksgiving leaves out a lot. So today I'm going to be talking about the true history behind Thanksgiving. So let's go back. Before the Pilgrims even arrived, indigenous people in New England, including the Wampanoag, had lived there for thousands of years. But when Europeans started showing up in the early 1600s, they didn't just bring trade, they brought diseases like smallpox, things native communities had zero immunity to. The impact was devastating. Some estimates say 90% of the local indigenous populations died before the Pilgrims even landed in 1620. When the Pilgrims finally arrived, they found villages that had been wiped out. This is actually how they survived their first winter. They took over empty homes left by dead indigenous people. And even though the Wampanoag eventually formed an alliance with the Pilgrims, it wasn't because they were besties. It was because they had just been massively weakened by disease and were trying to protect themselves from rival tribes. So the famous feast that we hear about, it did happen, but not in the cute way that is usually told. It was more a diplomatic situation, like a meeting between two groups, but they were really cautious of each other. The Wampanoag tribe only came because the Pilgrims were firing guns, and when they heard it, they thought it was a war signal. It was a moment of peace, just not the story that everyone seems to have grown up with. But here's what I found interesting. This usually gets left out. After this one peaceful encounter, relationships did not stay friendly. More English settlers arrived and more land was taken. Treaties were broken and the violence just kept increasing. By the late 1600s, there were full-on wars, like King Philip's War, which was one of the deadliest conflicts in American history for Native people. So for many people today, Thanksgiving isn't a celebration. It's connected to loss of land, culture, and life. The real history behind Thanksgiving is kind of crazy. It's not about feeling guilty, I just wanted to educate on the true story behind the celebration, as I know that I was unaware of it. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving to anyone who celebrates it. Like and subscribe.